Hello, hello, hello. Greetings, Maximillionaire here. I just wanted to come on because of the breaking news that happened today. Uh, you guys know that I like to read judicial rulings and precedents and things like that. So I wanted to review the ruling that came out today uh, and talk just briefly about this. This will be a very short stream. Um, Ruling came out today from the D.C. courts and by this Judge Beryl Howell. And the ruling came out that the grand jury testimony from the Mueller report had to be turned over to the Judiciary Committee because they are doing an impeachment hearing. Okay. Now, I don't have any problem with if they're actually doing legitimate impeachment hearings. Most of her ruling makes perfect sense. It is a judicial process. That's what she declared. But here's the problem. Here's the reason why I believe her this ruling is going to get overruled. If it doesn't get overruled by the D.C. Court of Appeals, it's going to go to the Supreme Court. It'll get overruled. Basically, she said that this ruling, or basically, she said that the powers of impeachment in which the Constitution grants to the House of Representatives can somehow which gives them all sorts of extra powers. Okay, that somehow that these powers are granted merely because, I don't know, the Speaker of the House, Nancy Pelosi, says so, or that one of the committees say so. When it says specifically in the Constitution that the power of impeachment is granted to the House. Now, in order for the House of Representatives to do something that is a constitutional power that then grants them extra powers, you would think that the House must decide that that's going to happen. And she's saying, nope, nope, there's no rules. And since there's no rules, basically they can do whatever they want. Okay. Now, it's very interesting. First thing I think we should see is, let's see, who is this judge, Beryl Howell? Well, surprise, surprise, who appointed her? Barack Obama. This is a Barack Obama appointed judge. Surprise, surprise that a Barack Obama judge says, oh, yeah, they're doing impeachment. And it's impeachment by declaration. This lowers the bar, the constitutional bar, so low that merely a head of a committee can declare that this is an impeachment hearing and get all these extra powers that they have under impeachment, or simply the Speaker of the House can somehow deem those powers and pass them on to committees without holding some sort of a vote. I mean, it doesn't say that part of the House of Representatives can do this. It says the House of Representatives. And if they don't hold a vote, how do you know what the House wants? Just to show you here it is. This is the ruling. It's a 75-page ruling. And basically she says, hey, since there's no rules, that they can do whatever they want. But believe me, I guarantee it, mark my words, this is going to go up and it's getting overturned. And they're going to say, no, of course the House has to do something to show what they want to do. I mean, they can't just declare. You can't have impeachment by declaration. You know, what the House does is indicative of what they vote for. So if they're not willing to, three times, they've tried to do an impeachment vote, and three times they've failed to have 50% of the vote. Now, I'm telling you, this is why they're not having a vote again. First of all, they might fail. Second of all, it would grant the Republicans powers. They would be able to have the president would be able to have his attorneys present. They would be able to do cross examination. They would be able to do all sorts of stuff. So obviously, she went into contortions to legally prove that this is some sort of a judicial process and that it's okay by declaration to investigate the impeachment of the president because, oh, well, Congress has done the same thing to low-level federal judges. They've had an impeachment of low-level federal judges without having a vote of the entire House of Representatives first. Okay, well, granted, but impeaching a low-level federal judge is a far cry from impeaching the President of the United States, duly elected president. The judiciary are appointed members, not elected. So doing an impeachment, also the impeachments of these low-level judiciary judges was never challenged in court. So this judge has decided that she is the arbiter. She gets to say what's constitutional and what's not. And this is a very, very poor, very bad decision. Of course, everybody, if you look at MSNBC or CNN, which I have, they are exultant in this. Oh, look, a judge declared that this is indeed a valid impeachment. Well, they know damn well that this is not the end of it. This is going to get appealed. And I'm telling you, this decision's not going to stand. So if you feel like it's a little bit dry, you can read through the 75 pages. I have. It's judicial bullshit. So I think that if they want to have some sort of legitimacy in this whole impeachment thing, put up or shut up. What's so hard about putting the House of Representatives on the record saying, that they're doing an impeachment hearing? Go on the record. Go on the record as saying that we're going to proceed. If this is such a serious thing, if this is so good, let's go ahead and have a vote. Put people, politically, they don't want to have some of their members in the position of having to defend their decision to their constituents. Well, that's exactly what politics is. You have to defend your position to your constituents. So I have absolutely no problem in doing this the right way. I believe what they're doing right now is the wrong way. So not that I have any problem with them. Go ahead and do this. It's a political decision. So they can go ahead. Anyway, that's what I had to say. Any comments here other than Dems are stupid? I mean, I think a lot of these people have already decided what they want to do. And all of their actions, it doesn't matter what process they use, I don't think. I think they have their outcome that they want, and they're going to keep pushing until they get the outcome that they want. This is purely political. You can look at it. 89% of Democrats are for impeachment and removal, while 90% of Republicans are against it. If that isn't political, I don't know what is. Clearly a political decision. So, I feel more protected by the mafia or the Hells Angels than these fucking fools. I know what you mean. But, folks, these are the arbiters of the Constitution. These are the people who decide what the Constitution means or doesn't mean. And this is where a lot of the battle is going on right now as far as the judiciary is considered. And when Justice Roberts says there's no such thing as Obama judges and Trump judges or Republican judges and Democrat judges, he's full of shit. He's full of shit. And either that or he simply doesn't know what he's talking about. Because if you look at one of my previous videos where I talked about the Obama judges are part of the deep state, If you look at all the rulings that have gone, all of these low-level judges are Democrat-appointed judges that are ruling against Trump. And then in most cases, these rulings are or are going to be overturned. That's what's going on. So that's the update for now. That's what I wanted to bring in and just make a point. So thank you guys for coming in and sharing. Have a good day. Have a good night. Talk to you later.